Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmadu wa nusalli ala rasulin nabil kareem. We continue. हदीथ में है कि औरत तेरी पसली से पैदा हुई है, इसलिए उसके अखलाक में कजी है. In a hadith, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions that a woman is created from a crooked rub, and thus her character, there will be shortcomings in it. After Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam, he was in Jannah. Despite being in Jannah, he had a sense of being lonely. Jannat is Jannat, it is perfect. Accordingly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it that Adam alayhi salam went into a state of slumber or semi-consciousness. Today they say they anesthetize you, so it's not difficult to understand in today's terms. And from the left rub, you have rubs on the right hand side in your body, and you have rubs on your left hand side. From the left rub, Allah Ta'ala took a substance and created Hawa alayhi salatu wasalam from this substance. This is not something also that anyone should be surprised at. After all, how is a baby formed? From the sperm of the parents. So that is a substance. This is also a type of a substance. After she was created, when Adam alayhi salam opened his eyes and he looked and he saw her, she was very, very beautiful. Here is an important masala for husbands and men to keep in mind. And this is what we've heard from Moulana Ashraf Ali. Remember, you can learn all the knowledge in the world, but until we don't go to these saintly personalities, understanding of the deen, and I will explain to you what it means to understand the deen, we are going to be lost, hopelessly lost. We can read all the tafsirs and have all the Bukhari Sharifs and all whatever it may be, but until we do not partake of the companionship of the Sadiqeen, the pious people, the truthful people, we will not know how to apply what we have learned. We will be lost. A certain person used to go very regularly for Umrah. Came to me and he said, something is bothering me intensely. What is the problem, bhai? Say, I go for Umrah. I can't seem to control my eyes. When I make tawaf, the women keep their faces exposed, some of them, many of them. And obviously, my eyes start straying. Our respected sisters should bear in mind, you are going for Umrah. Now it is not difficult after seeing how people adopted the measures that were implemented by governments and authorities to cover their faces. Men put on a niqab. Women, they were quite, what word can we use here? I'm not going to say happy, but for them it wasn't much of a deal, the ladies in Parda. They were already used to it. So for them it was sort of, since it was in the habit, in the mannerism, in the way of life to adopt a Parda, so it wasn't something to be overly disturbed about. A certain lady, South African lady, the husband told me this year, she was very meticulous about her parda, but when she went for Umrah, she decided to open her face because some Maulanas told her, this year you must open your face and whatever it may be. The husband told me this incident to me himself. He said he made his tawaf, everything, and he came and he found his wife and she was very, very upset. What happened? He said, the wife said, you won't believe it. After I finished, I was waiting by the step where they arranged to meet one another. I didn't have my parda on, and a person came to me and he touched my cheeks. He put his hand on my cheeks, just out of the blue. and he passed a remark. She didn't understand, it was a different language. Allah Ta'ala save us all. And she was very, very upset. Right in the Haram Sharif, right, the Baytullah. How did this ever come about that her haya could be so much trampled upon? She was very, very upset. Our Moulana Ashraf Ali used to give nasihat to people who would be going for Hajj and Umrah. देखो वहाँ हर किस्म की दुनिया की औरतें आते हैं. Listen here, you're going to a place where all different types of women come. And if your eyes are going to stray there, you are going to make a huge guna. Aankhon ki hifazat. Keep your eyes protected. Coming back to this person, he said, I've got this problem. I don't know, I'm thinking about Jahannam, I'm thinking about this year. I see somebody and thereafter I turn my face away, there's another one, they say, what must I do? Alhamdulillah, what the hadith which Moulana Thanvi quoted here, that came to mind. I told him, see, you don't have to be worried. When you see anything beautiful, in this particular case, a lady, then it is natural for you to be attracted to her. It's just natural. And what is the proof of this here? Moulana Ashraf Ali said, the proof of this is in this year, that when Allah Ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam, and after Adam alayhi salam was created, He created Hawa alayhi salam. And after, when he opened his eyes and he saw her, she was beautiful, instantaneously his hand reached out towards her. Allah Ta'ala said, halt, wait. First nikah must be performed. After nikah, thereafter you are fine, you are free. The point here is that his hand extended towards her. So Moulana Ashraf explained, if a man sees perchance a lady who is beautiful, his heart will be inclined. His heart will be affected. However, if he has understood and he's been in a sohbat, in companionship of a sheikh who is a sheikh kamil, he will understand there's nothing for me to be disturbed about. I never deliberately lifted my head, deliberately went searching with my haram on, Allah forbid, if it's in a haram, to where are the beautiful women here that I heard about. I was looking down, at times I have to look a bit up, and accordingly, if your gaze fell, then your heart is attracted. Don't let shaitan overpower you and say, you know what, that's it. You are gone now. Use the methodology of out of eyes, out of heart, out of sight, out of heart. You move your eyes away. You don't put a second thought. She was beautiful, you saw. You turn your face away. You don't stretch your first gaze looking at her. You don't admire her. You don't think further with your heart and mind. You look, you said, oh Allah, protect me, and you look away. Thereafter, you substitute the thought of her beauty with the thought of something that is very disgusting, or something that is very nauseating, or something that is makes you feel very uncomfortable. You just have to think, imagine her janazah lying there, her body is stiff, and her hair is all placed in a manner that a woman's hair, that hair won't be worth a donkey's tail. You just think, and if I fear Allah, at this moment in time, you've got, oh husbands, oh men, a glorious, fabulous, wonderful opportunity to forget making one umrah, to make 1,000 umrahs. You fight your nafs. You see, my Allah is looking at me. Malaika recording. Allah Ta'ala says, يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ. I know the eyes when it strays and it is treacherous, it betrays. يَعْلَمُ خَائِنَةَ الْأَعْيُنِ. That type of loving gaze, admiration, etc. is supposed to be reserved for your wife. It is not to be meant to be wasted on if you are in a non-Muslim country, upon some kafira, someone who's napak, someone who doesn't make istinja, someone who smokes, someone who's perhaps on drugs, and someone who's drinking liquor and eating pork. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah al-azim. Where's the haya of the Muslim man that his eyes that are supposed to be park and make it so napak, and I pollute it to such an extent that the only way these eyes are going to be washed and cleansed is, in the hadith mentioned, 2 rods will be placed in Jahannam. It will be extremely, extremely hot, and Malaika will hold that person. They will pin him down, and the 2 iron rods will be pushed into his 2 eyes. May Allah save us, Allah save us. Because the sin was so horrendous. Sad to say, the amount of zina that's committed, it's unbelievable. We get emails, Imam Sahib is committing zina. Now what must he do? Imam Sahib, and he goes around kurta, topi, everything, trousers above the ankle. May Allah save us. How? Maybe we'll give a talk on this particular subject some other time. For now, understand this much here, that if your gaze does fall, you substitute it, you think, Allah, you have promised me, number one, Rasulullah said, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allah Ta'ala will give you the sweetness of Iman. When you have the sweetness of Iman, you will understand the bitterness of kufr. And when you have the sweetness of Iman, you will be able to work towards Jannah easily.